Jeffrey, student here at J-Tech in the diesel program, and in this video we're going to do a demonstration on how to do an alignment check. So first we're going to show you some of the tools we're going to have here. In our tape measure, we're going to need this to check the toe and some other measurements. We have an inclinometer here, which we'll use to check the caster and camber, and this will give us our angles, which we can check on our spec. And then we have our string here, which we'll use to measure our thrust and our trim. And so let's start on the front of the vehicle here. The first thing we're going to do is I'll show you how to check caster and camber. So the easiest way to do is take your angle finder, your inclinometer, and place it on the hub here. And when you do that, you're going to get a measurement. And then you're going to take this, and we see here we're at about 88 degrees. So it gives us our measurement, and we'll do that on both sides and then check that for spec. Our next thing we can check is the caster, and we'll do that inside the wheel well here by taking the angle finder and placing it on the we can place it on the spindle here, right there, and that'll give us our angle, and this will tell us which way the tire is leaning. Make sure we have the proper measurement. Alright, so we look good here, and of course we'll do that on both wheels. And then our next check on the front, which is an important check, will be our toe. Now I'll just demonstrate this. Normally what we would do is we'd jack this up, and then we would spray a line of paint down the center of this and use a tool to scribe a line down the center of each wheel. And then once we do that, we'd pull it in and we'd measure. So what we would do is measure from the center of each tire to the other on the front and back. So I'm going to get my assistant here, and he's going to hold the tape measure on the other side. And we're going to measure from center line to center line. Alright, so we get our measurement here for that. Then we're going to take this, we're going to go around, and we're going to measure from the back of the tire all the way across. And we'll do that from our center line to center line again. And that'll give us our toe, which is the angle of the tire, whether it's towed in or towed out. And we just compare the measurements from the front to back. That'll give us that measurement. Go ahead, stop. Did you stop it or did you pause?
Pause it.
Alright. Don't pause it next time, because sometimes it deletes the video.
Oh, my bad.
It's awesome. Just check it.
It's still rolling.
That's fine. Alright, so next what we're going to do is we're going to check our thrust angle. We're going to take our string here and hook it to the frame. You can do this anywhere, so long as you've got a good solid point. We're going to wrap it around the tire here, about halfway down, and we're just going to walk it to the front. And we're going to put it right down in the same center of the tire here, so it just touches. And what we're going to do is we're going to measure the gap between the string and the tire in the rear. If you want to so we see that we take that measurement on both sides and compare it, and then compare it to the spec. And that's going to be checking our thrust angle. Next we're going to measure the tram, and to do that we're going to need our tape measure. Very simple measurement. What we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to measure from the edge of the rim to the edge of the rim. So place the tape measure right at the edge. Get our measurement. We're going to do that on both sides, and that's going to give our tram measurement. We're going to make sure that those are the same, and if not, we're going to have to check with the spec and see what the issue is. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to check our centering. We're going to do this by measuring from the wheel to the frame on both axles on both sides, and we're going to compare that. So first we're going to take our tape measure, place it against the frame here, and we're going to take our measurement right where it meets the wheel. Alright, that's our distance there. So we're going to do the same thing on the other tire. We get that measurement. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do it on the opposite side. Now we're going to compare these, and that's going to give us our centering. What we're looking for is to see how far off each side is. What we want is to have these exactly the same. We don't want any difference, because then our truck's going to be driving at an angle. You're going to constantly be fighting that. So these both look good. Everything looked good on this one. And that's pretty much a basic alignment check. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the section below. Thank you.